What if the Earth stopped spinning for 10 seconds? Imagine this. You're standing outside on a calm morning. The air is still. The ground beneath your feet feels solid. The world feels safe, familiar. And then, without warning, Earth itself stops. For 10 seconds, the planet you call home halts its eternal spin. 10 seconds. A pause so short you might miss it with a blink. Yet, in those 10 seconds, the entire planet would be thrown into chaos. The Earth has never stopped rotating, not once in 4.5 billion years. Its spin defines day and night, the winds, the seas, and even life itself. But what if, in an instant, it all came to a halt? Not forever. Just 10 seconds. A mere fraction of time. It may sound harmless. But this brief pause would unleash forces unlike anything humanity has ever witnessed. To understand why, we must first understand the invisible power of Earth's spin. Right now, as you sit and watch this video, you are spinning. At the equator, Earth's surface races eastward at 1,670 kilometers per hour, over 1,000 miles an hour. We don't feel it because everything around us spins together: the oceans, the land, the air, and us. This spin is what creates day and night, influences weather, and maintains balance in Earth's systems. It's also what generates angular momentum, the invisible energy of rotation. Stopping that momentum, even briefly, would be like slamming the brakes on a speeding car. Only this car is an entire planet. The moment Earth halts, everything not firmly locked to bedrock would keep moving at over 1,000 miles an hour. Cars, buildings, oceans, people. All would be launched eastward with unimaginable force. In an instant, the ground beneath you would feel like it had been ripped away. Cities would crumble as skyscrapers tear themselves apart. Highways would shred. Entire forests would flatten as if a colossal storm had struck. Human beings? Thrown like rag dolls across landscapes. Few would survive the first second. But the real destruction would come from the oceans. The seas, still carrying their momentum, would surge violently eastward. Coastlines across the world would be swallowed by mega tsunamis hundreds of meters high. Water would rush over continents, drowning entire cities in minutes. The Atlantic Ocean would crash into Europe and Africa. The Pacific would slam into Asia and the Americas. No shore would be spared. For 10 seconds, the oceans would behave like an unstoppable weapon. And then there's the air. Earth's atmosphere is also spinning. If the planet stopped, the air wouldn't. Hurricane-force winds, stronger than anything ever recorded, would rip across the globe. Skies would turn into a storm of debris. Airliners would be torn apart mid-flight. Dust, stone, and fragments of civilization would darken the skies. In just a few seconds, Earth would feel like it had been struck by an apocalypse. And then, just as suddenly as it began, Earth starts spinning again. The return to rotation would be just as catastrophic. Momentum shifts again. Forces reverse. What the first pause didn't destroy, the restart would finish. The planet's crust would crack under the stress. Earthquakes would ripple across every continent. Volcanoes could ignite as pressure beneath the crust found violent release. The world's infrastructure, bridges, dams, power grids, would collapse. 10 seconds, and civilization would be left in ruins. We can compare this to smaller real-world examples. When earthquakes strike, entire cities crumble in less than a minute. When tsunamis hit, coastlines vanish in moments. Yet these events are local, limited. Stopping Earth's rotation even briefly would be like every earthquake, every tsunami, every storm, happening everywhere at once. The destruction would be global, immediate, inescapable. Let's walk through it step by step. 0 to 1 second. People, cars, and buildings are launched eastward at supersonic speeds. The death toll is immediate and massive. 2 to 4 seconds. Oceans surge into tsunamis, swallowing coastlines, destroying ports, wiping out entire nations. 5 to 7 seconds. Hurricane-force winds tear across the land, scattering debris, collapsing structures, and spreading firestorms. 8 to 9 seconds. Earthquakes ripple through continents as the crust strains against the sudden stop. 10 seconds. The earth resumes spinning. New quakes and tsunamis strike. Volcanoes erupt. Cities already shattered are further obliterated. By the time silence returns, the world we know is gone. Civilization as we know it would cease to exist. Survivors would face a planet reshaped by destruction. Flooded coasts. Shattered cities. Broken societies. The global population could be reduced to a fraction within minutes. The survivors would face starvation, disease, and a broken climate. The Earth would recover eventually, but humanity might not. The terrifying truth is that Earth's spin is not just a detail of our planet. It is the rhythm of life itself. We take for granted that the ground beneath us feels solid, that the air is calm, that the seas stay in their place. But all of this depends on a balance we rarely think about. A balance that, if broken, could unravel everything in the blink of an eye. So, what if the Earth really did stop for 10 seconds? Would anything survive the chaos? And here's an even greater question. If our world is this fragile, what other hidden forces of the universe could end life just as suddenly? In the end, the Earth spins on. But perhaps the true question is, what if one day it didn't?